A judge in Fremont County reduced first-degree murder charges against a defendant this week because the DA's office couldn't follow the rules. If that sounds familiar, it's because this same DA's office has had similar sanctions in the past. Here's Mark Salinger.
Of all the courthouses in Colorado, this one in Fremont County keeps bringing us back for the same reason.
This was an extraordinary penalty against Jeff Lindsay in the DA's office.
This week, a judge here in Canyon City reduced a first-degree murder charge against a defendant and disqualified the entire DA's office from the homicide case. The reason? The judge found a pattern of violations and misconduct by the very prosecutors in charge of enforcing the law.
The court found that he and his office lacked candor to the court, meaning dishonest, untruthful, and couldn't be trusted.
And it's not the first time the DA's office here has faced sanctions from judges related to their conduct prosecuting cases. In 2024, the last elected DA to hold this office, Linda Stanley, was disbarred for ethical violations.
These are rare judicial sanctions, but they're not solving the underlying problem, the systemic problem, this culture problem that is happening.
Iris Eaton is an attorney who spent countless hours inside this courthouse. She represented Barry Morphew, the man who was charged with killing his wife Suzanne. The case was marred by ethical breaches by then DA Stanley. Eventually, charges against Morphew were dropped in 2022, days before he was set to go to trial here, but were then refiled years later by a different district attorney in a new district. That case is ongoing.
Prosecutors are above the law. That's end of story.
Eaton filed a complaint about Jeff Lindsay with the Attorney Regulation Council. She also started an organization called Protect Ethical Prosecutors, alleging district attorneys have too much unchecked power. She spoke out about it after the Morphew case. Now she's doing it again after a similar pattern of violations from the same DA's office in the same courthouse, now under a new district attorney.
Prosecutors aren't held accountable, truly, for the damage and abuse they cause to people.
District Attorney Jeff Lindsay declined to do an interview with me today, but sent me a statement. His office says they respect the authority of the court and will comply with the directives moving them off the case. Special prosecutor will now come in to handle the murder trial. He told me he was only involved peripherally on this case, and the discovery violations were made against a different prosecutor. Again, Kyle, he is the head of the DA's office.
Can we go back to the old infamous prosecutor there, Linda Stanley? Well, she got involuntarily retired, so she got more time to pursue her passions, like acting unethically. What's she doing these days?
Well, as far as we know, she's the first elected DA in Colorado to ever be disbarred. We don't know exactly what she's doing right now, but the last time that we heard from her, there was the county commissioners in Fremont County trying to get a bunch of money back because she used public funds to defend herself in front of the Supreme Court for those ethics violations. Not 100% sure if she's paid those back yet.
They were not fans of that approach. Mark Salinger, thank you very much.